Some phones are big, some phones are small, while others are absolutely ludicrous. This is the 8849 Tank 4 by Unihertz. Yeah, that's its actual name. While some devices like the iPhone Air are striving to be as thin as humanly possible with only 5.6mm of thickness and a manufactured titanium frame. No! This phone tries to be as chunky as humanly possible. Instead of the iPhone Air's 5.6mm of thinness, how about 23.9mm of pure thickness? This thing feels like a power bank with a screen on it more than it does a phone. And you know what? It might as well be one too, because while the iPhone Air has a 3149 mAh battery, this guy has an 11,600 mAh battery. That's ridiculous. And while pretty much every single major smartphone company like Apple and Samsung are insistent on removing as many features as humanly possible from their devices, this phone has pretty much every single smartphone feature you could ever ask for, plus more. A headphone jack? Check. An IR blaster? Yep, it's got that too. A built-in projector with an active fan to cool it down? Yeah. It has that too. There is just so much going on with this device. Let's take a closer look and see what this thing is all about. And before we begin, this phone was provided to me for free by 8849/Unihertz. However, this video is not sponsored by anyone. 8849 has had no editorial input in this video. It's time to unbox the phone. Look at just how freaking chunky and heavy this box is. Let's compare this to another rugged phone I have, the Galaxy X Cover 7. This one's obviously smaller and doesn't come with a charger, and oh my god, it's a lot smaller. It's also heavier too. This box is freaking dense, man. I could kill someone with this. It's a brick. Well, without further ado, let's hack into this thing. I'm not the biggest fan of plastic wrap, maybe something a little more environmentally friendly would be handy, but should be alright. Maybe some sea turtle can go choke on that. I find it so interesting that the brand name is 8849. Like, that's your brand name? You don't see many brand names that are just numbers. So yeah, this is the 889 Tank 4. Interesting name. Hold on a minute, looking at the bottom, I see some specs, and the first thing I notice is 11,600 mAh battery. Oh my god, that is huge. 6.78 inch display, 12 gigabytes of RAM and 512 gigs of storage. IP68 octa-core processor, 32 megapixel cameras, 64 megapixel. We got a night version camera. I mean, I should say night vision, but whatever. Let's just crack into it and see what this phone is like. Here it comes. Oh, look at that. It's got that Chinese smell. Oh yeah. Holy crap. What the This is ridiculous. This is just heavy and chunky. Oh my god. What the hell? Look at this. We got the volume up, volume down, all the way up here. I mean, that's not so bad. I mean, I'm holding it like this. It feels like I'm holding a power bank. We've got a camping light switch and a programmable key, which is kind of sick. A fingerprint power key. That's actually kind of nice. I mean, I kind of wish that the volume buttons were here instead of being all the way up here, but I mean, you're not going to be holding your phone like this anyways. You're going to be holding it like this and with two hands probably. Let's see what else is in here. Is this a screen protector? They include a screen protector in the box. Now that isn't glass, I don't think. Yeah, glass wouldn't let me bend it that much. So it comes with a plastic screen protector, which I suppose is better than nothing. You got the Tank 4 user guide. Let's have a look at what we got. We got a projection window. Yeah, because this freaking phone has a projector on it. An ambient light sensor and proximity sensor. Autofocus sensor, a receiver for something, IR control. This thing's got infrared. God damn, I haven't seen that since like the Samsung Galaxy S6 or something. A cooling fan outlet. Yeah, of course this thing has a cooling fan on it. Of course it does. You got your front camera, the inlet for the cooling fan, and we already know what these are. There's a SIM tray. Jeez, there's so much stuff on here. Night vision camera, telephoto lens, camera. That's actually kind of sick. You have a vent, a flashlight, night vision fill light. I mean, yeah, if you want to see in the dark, you kind of need that to fill it up with infrared light, I guess. Tricolor warning light, camping light, NFC, speaker at the back. That's going to sound interesting. Waterproof test holes. Private testing is prohibited to avoid damage. Interesting. Noise cancelling microphone, barometric sensor hole. God, this thing is just everything on it. My God. This is what it comes with. This is everything it comes with. Oh my God, it even comes with a case? Wait, is the case already on it? I think the case might already be on it. Yeah, it's definitely got a case on it already. That's cool. Screen protector and case. Plus cable and a charging brick. What? That's actually pretty damn handy. I like to see that on my $1,000 phone. Oh wait. None of that comes with it. Got your micro SD card and dual SIM because of course you do. This is just telling you how to use everything in the frickin' projector mode. Love how they put the font in there. That's actually quite a cool touch. English warranty guide. Oh yeah. Anyways, here we have a 66 watt power adapter for the phone. They did actually provide me one of these so I can charge with it, but you really think I'm going to plug this into my wall? Probably not. It does seem pretty small though. It's like a gallium nitride charger, but I'm kind of worried that this will just burn down my house, so I'm probably not going to use this adapter. It's kind of cool though. It's the thought that counts. Thank you for sending me that. What the? This is just straight up a pic for like disassembling phones. Are they encouraging me to disassemble this? Interesting. Next up, we have the USB-C cable. Yep, it's a USB-C cable. Who would have thunk it? I'm definitely going to put the screen protector on at some point because I want to keep the screen pristine. But for now, we've got a phone to unbox. It seems to open from the back like this. Holy moly, wait a minute. It's already got a screen protector on there. Wait. It comes with one pre-installed, and it comes with a spare. They really thought of everything. God damn, that's actually kind of sick. Good. I like having protection right out the box. You can tell it's literally just a screen protector that's been applied because I've got the same sticker on the replacement. But that's cool. I like this. Holy crap. This is the chunkiest thing I have ever seen in my life. It's definitely in a case. So let's see what this looks like with the case off. Here we go, take that corner off. Ooh. Ooh. That feels like metal. I'm not sure if that is metal. That certainly feels like it. Damn, this thing kind of premium without it on. So I'm definitely feeling like some rubbery materials here. These are definitely rubbery. This feels like metal, which is nice. Look at that, you got your cooling fans and your projector. Your projector built into your phone. Do you not shine into eyes? Maybe I can blind some people. Just walking down the street? Yeah, let me just shine my projector into your face. Let's take off the screen protector. Ooh, well, I meant the protector for the screen protector. This thing is just absolutely ridiculous. Let's turn it on by pressing this power button. 8849, rugged by Unihertz. Wow, look at that boot animation. Good news everyone, I paused the video and forgot to unpause it, so I missed a whole bunch of stuff. The fingerprint setup worked absolutely perfectly, about what you'd expect for any other phone, and the face unlock setup literally took seconds. It was surprisingly fast. I wonder how secure it is. Also, this thing is currently at 28%. I wonder with its 11,600 mAh battery how long that's gonna last. Anyways, immediately on the home screen, I see a projector, so I want to try it out. Let's turn it on. Avoid eyes. Jeez, look at all this. Hold on, wait, I'll have to turn off the lights for this. Oh, look at that. Right off the bat, this is way too close for the projector to work. I'm gonna have to point it way further away to make it work properly, but I'll show it off properly later. I just want to try it out first because I'm impatient. I want to see how this thing works. Are you ready to get blinded? Ah, look at that. Holy crap, that is really bright. And actually, it has the sticker on top of it. What if I take the sticker off? Whoa, that fixes everything. Okay, so it was the protective sticker that was ruining things. Look at that. What the hell? Is that auto adjusting? Yeah, look at that. I just held it there and it fixed itself. So if I turn the angle, watch it switch in a few seconds. Yep, it's trying to auto adjust the keystone and the projection stuff. That's sick. That's actually really cool. All right, now let's see how bright it is. Ah! Ah! I can hear the fans inside of this phone ramping up at the moment. Jeez, that is ridiculous. Look at that. So yeah, obviously the active cooling has turned on right now to cool the projectors and this absolute behemoth of a phone. But hey, this would make a perfect camping phone. Just use this projector, shine it onto your tent, and boom, you can watch movies. That's kind of sick, actually. And now I turn off the projector and it's turning that off. What happens if I press the side button for the camping light? I press and hold that. I don't know how to turn the camping light on. Let's turn on the flashlight. That is not the right one. I want the big one. I'll have to figure out how to turn that on in a moment. I can already tell that this screen gets really bright. The colors actually look pretty good on this. Most rugged phones, such as this absolute garbage, has only an LCD display, which kind of looks junk. This is literally just a Galaxy A15 with a removable back. This is barely even rugged anyways. This is ridiculous. Look at this thing. I reckon I need a little bit of time to play around with this device and just see how absolutely ludicrous this thing is. And then we'll dive in a little bit into all of its quirks and features. And it has an absolute crap ton of them. All right. I've had some time with the 8849 Tank 4 and I have some thoughts about this thing. The first thing I want to bring up is that there is something wrong with this display. Something about it has changed between me filming the unboxing segment of this video and now. If I turn off all the lights and then we turn the brightness all the way up, you will see that the black parts of the screen aren't black anymore. For whatever reason, I can't get the screen to act like a true OLED display anymore. On typical OLED displays, these pure black pixels are meant to be turned off, but on here for some reason, they're shining with this really dark green. I really don't know what's happening here, and it wasn't doing this when I unboxed the phone. Or maybe it did and I never noticed. I don't know, it's just really confusing. Their website clearly states that this is an AMOLED, but this isn't acting like an AMOLED, so I genuinely don't understand what's happening here. Also, when I put the brightness all the way down, the colors just start going all weird. It's really hard to show this on camera, but there's a slight green tint to everything. I don't really understand what's going on here. Anyways, let's take a quick look at some of the pre-installed apps that come with this phone. Of course, you got your regular Google apps. We have the clock here. Is this the Google Clock app? It's not. It's a different clock app for some reason. I don't really know why they couldn't have just used the normal Google one, but hey, you get a different clock app. So that's strange, but also not really interesting. Next up, we have an FM radio. Will this one require earbuds to work? Yep, plug-in earphones. So we need to plug in earphones into the headphone jack to actually use it. Because yeah, this phone has a headphone jack, which is a good thing. Also, I love how the button to dismiss this message says sure in all lowercase. So casual. Now I actually don't remember where I've put all my wired earbuds, so we're gonna try a lav mic instead to see if this works. And again, the reason why I absolutely despise the removal of headphone jacks on phones is that I have to use a stupid adapter whenever I want to use my lav mic to record. It's ridiculous. A good litmus test for anyone into tech online is to see who agrees or disagrees with the removal of the headphone jack. Let's unplug the stupid dongle needed for other phones and let's plug it directly into the headphone jack. No! It doesn't work. So apparently it needs to be headphones, it can't be a lav mic. But it's got wiring, why can't this work as an antenna? Wire. Anyways, we've got Game M, probably Game Manager. Let's have a look at this. Oh, it's landscape. Yerp. Do you need rejecting all incoming calls in game mode? It's not very good grammar, but okay, sure, why not? And in game mode, we can press the plus button to add all our games such as Minecraft, Micro G services, Zaza remote. Yeah, I love these games. These are good games, but we'll add Minecraft because that's an actual real game. And wow, it's a game mode launcher for this. We'll return to this app once I actually try playing some games on here, but that's for later. How do I go home? Okay, I have to press the back key twice to exit game mode. That's very strange. Next up, we have Mobile M, probably Mobile Manager. Yep, Mobile Management. I was so close. Memory has not been cleaned yet. It is recommended to clean it immediately. What? How do I do that? The phone status has reached its optimal level and we didn't even get to... Wait. Huh? What did it even do? Let's go to battery saver. That's your typical battery saver. Next up, we have traffic management. Oh, you can see how much Wi-Fi I've used. I used 1 gig of Wi-Fi apparently. Next up we have the garbage cleaner, and hey, we got no garbage to clean. Wait, we gotta scan it first. Oh my god, not 200 megabytes of cache files. Next up we have an app blocker. App blocker helps accelerate system speed and reduce system power consumption by reducing background apps. Cool. Sounds pretty standard to me so far. The auto brightness on this phone is really sensitive. Look at this. It just changes anytime I move the phone around. Alright, we got the app lock. This lets you lock apps. Pretty standard. Next up, we also have the freezer. Hey, have they got any chicken tenders in here? I'd kinda like some right now. Warning, after the application is refrigerated. Wait, we're actually cooling these apps down? Hell yeah. Its functions will no longer be available, and there will be no entrance icon on the desktop. Other functions related to the refrigerated application will also not be able to be used normally. After the refrigeration is released, all functions will return to normal, semicolon. Please use with caution. This prompt box is no longer displayed. Confirm. And then we gotta enter a new password for our freezer. How have fridge manufacturers not come up with password protected fridges yet? I'm surprised Samsung hasn't done that yet. Clearly, some of the translations for this phone haven't been done very well, but what do you expect? This shit's Chinese. And then of course you got your private space, which is where you put all your private stuff. So yeah, that's your password. So what, we have like 3 different private things on here. We have an app lock, a freezer, a private space. Like, how much stuff do you need to be hiding on this phone? What are you doing with your phone? Someone check your hard drive, please. Next up, we have the NFC card list. You can put your credit card in here. I personally wouldn't, but you can if you want. Card name, card ID. Okay, maybe it just lets you do any NFC card. That might actually be funky. You know what? To test it out, why don't we do a zone bowling card? Card ID, bowling. Yeah, we do a bowling pin. Why not? We're gonna do the pink one. I think the pink one looks coolest. Please put NFC card on the back of this phone. So I believe it said that NFC was down here or something. Oh my god, it got it. It actually worked. Wow, so I could just use this? So it appears that this phone comes with an NFC cloning feature right out of the box. Now I was gonna get one of my amiibos out to try this feature, but I don't know where my amiibos are. Now granted, I only own 2 amiibos. Luigi and the Mario 30th anniversary one, but the problem is when you're in so much crap, you just actually can't find anything anymore. So don't aspire to be a collector. Sell your junk. You don't need it. Alright, I've added my metric card in here. Out of curiosity, does this work? No, it doesn't. Settings is settings, no need to go over that. Let's go over the sound recorder. Yep. It's a sound recorder. Every Android manufacturer seems to make their own sound recorder and they all do the same goddamn thing. So yeah, and here's the recording. To play it back, we have to increase the volume, which is all the way at the top here. Like this. They really should swap these buttons around. Why are these not the volume buttons? Why are these so much bigger than the volume buttons? It's actually kind of ridiculous. I have to hold it like this to even use it. Alright, let's go. Yep, it's a sound recorder. Yep, that's my recording. Alright, we've got the student mode. Student mode. How many passwords do I need to set for these things? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it just grays out all your apps. Student, yeah, apps not allowed, student mode. This could be good to use as a focus mode or something like that so you can be less distracted, but student mode is closed. Good, I don't want to use it. Next up, we have the toolbox. Oh, so this is where everything is, like the camping light and all that. Okay, cool. I'm actually really glad I found this. Alright, we've got the noise test. Here we go. Now we can see how loud everything is. So just putting this down on the table and then shutting up. It's only about 14 decibels in here. Now that would be the sound of my desktop and my NAS running in the background, so it could probably get even lower than that when everything's off. Apparently, I have the voice level of a noisy workplace, so that's fun, I guess. I love this unhealthy noise, better leave. I'm curious to see how loud I can yell into this thing and how high of a number I can get, but I'll do that later. I can't really do that at the moment. Next up, we have a compass. Please don't dox me. Sure, why not? Okay, let's maybe not do that now, actually. We've also got the flashlight, which is gonna be, yeah, the boring one. I thought this outside ring you used to control the brightness, but nope, it's literally just on and off. We've got a bubble level. Okay, that's kind of handy. We're -2 horizontal and 89 vertical. And if I lay it flat, it's almost flat. Here's the problem with putting bubble levels on phones. Phones aren't level anymore. They have protruding camera lenses that make this completely useless. As for this phone also has some wobble to it. And if you look here, it mainly has to do with this lanyard bit here that sticks out, and also the cameras that protrude, and also this case that sticks out, but this bit is part of the actual phone, so it's never going to be level. We've also got pic hanging. This lets you line up your picture, I guess, which is kind of fun, and I love how stretched out the image is, so that's cool. This might be useful to someone, but for me, I'd honestly prefer just eyeballing it or using an actual bubble leveler, which you can get for pretty cheap from a hardware store. Next up, we got height measure. First step, input your height. I am 100 and... Okay, it's not even gonna let me change it. Second step, stand straight and make sure the eyes, the phone, and the bottom of the object are making a straight line. Then click anywhere on the screen. Okay, so apparently you have to do that. Interesting. Third step, stand up straight and make sure the eyes, the phone... Wait, hold on. Wait. Why are the second step and the third step exactly the same? What's the point of that, huh? Okay, let's just start. Please input your height. Guess what? I'm only 165 centimeters tall. True fact. Okay, stand up straight and make sure okay, we've seen this already. And then click anywhere on the screen. I'm gonna try this right now with just looking ahead of me. Alright, tapping that. High point angle, low point angle, target distance. Okay, sure, why not? Yeah, and then we have to, it rotates, press back, and now we're back. We got the magnifier, which will do exactly what I think it'll do. Yep, it does this. Why not just use the camera app? We've got an alarm, and this thing is gonna be damn loud. That is one of the worst sounding alarms I've ever heard. If I do the flashlight, it just flashes, it doesn't even do an SOS signal. And then screen flash, holy crap, that is... Having all three on at once slows down the phone, and the alarm doesn't even loop properly. Okay, so turning the flashlight off seems to make this go faster. Jeez. I mean, this might get someone's attention if you're like standing at the edge of a hill or something and you're like shining this in someone's face, or especially at night. Either way, interesting feature. Better to have it, I guess, than not have it, but also, nah. Next up, we've got the pedometer. Yeah, maybe not actually, but all it does is just count your steps. It's really not that useful. Next up, we got a plumb bob. I forgot what this is used for. Is this... Wait, is this just used to measure angles? Right, so that's 0 degrees. If I tilt it this way, the phone's tilted at 30 degrees. And then the phone's tilted at 90. Interesting. We also have a protractor, because why not? Here we go. Boom, what angle is this thing at? This thing is it's at a 90-degree angle, because guess what? It's a box. Of course it's at 90 degrees. But what about this handle that broke off my oil heater? It's about 20 degrees. Alright, that took me way too long to figure out. I'm actually stupid. We have pressure. Okay, let's maybe not do that actually. But it will just show you how much pressure you're under. I'm under a lot of pressure right now recording this. Well, actually, not really. We got the speedometer. We can see how fast we're going. All this needs location, but it just tells you how fast you're going. We got the underwater camera. In underwater camera mode, screen touch and buttons except volume, power button, and shortcut will be disabled. Please press the power button to exit. Click volume button to switch to mode, yada yada yada. Okay. This just lets you take photos, but the screen don't work. We'll test out the underwater camera later during the camera test, because I'll actually find a body of water to dunk this thing under and see what it can do. And next, we have the camping light. Warning, after the camping lamp is turned on, do not irradiate your eyes. What? Okay, yeah, okay, sure. Let's actually turn off all the lights. Let's see, function, we have off. Okay, that just turns it off. Duration, let's do SOS. Holy moly, that is bright. I mean, it makes sense. All these are just LEDs specifically for this function. Okay, yep, that is actually just a strobe light. So we have slightly bright, which is still kind of ridiculous. We've got half bright, and then we have full bright. I have just entered the pearly gates. Wow, look at that. It is so damn bright. Extremely bright mode cannot be turned on repeatedly within 10 minutes. Boo! Anyways, half bright lets you do that. If you're out in the middle of nowhere during nighttime, this could actually be really useful because this would be significantly brighter than a normal torch. Next time I go camping, I will take this phone. It seems actually really useful, especially with the projector, which we're going to try out in a bit. Okay, camping light off. Here's the phone and camping light at full bright. Holy crap, this actually does a really good job of lighting up everything. Wow. Yeah, needless to say that this light is extremely effective. Just for comparison, here's what the normal flash looks like. Yeah, it's absolutely pathetic in comparison. Still decent, but yeah, nothing as good as that camping light is. Alright, we've got clean, water, and dust. This seems like it's going to use the speaker to play a specific frequency to push all the water out, which we can try a bit later, but start pushing. Okay, that's kind of cool. We'll do light drainage, which is only 100 Hz. Interesting. What happens if we go higher? What does 2000 Hz sound like? Oh, I can feel that. And then if we do clean dust, amplifier, earpiece, start cleaning. And then if we do earpiece, which will be up here. That one's a lot quieter. Okay, we've given this phone another soaking. Let's see if we can get the water out. Oh, I see some bubbling. Oh. The fan pushed a bunch out there, did you see that? Well, maybe it's doing something, but the only evidence I saw was that little burst of water, but that's about it. We've got fan cooling, which will just turn on the fans that are normally used for the projector, but you can just turn it on while the phone's being a phone, which could be handy for gaming. This might run your games super duper well then. Turn on. Fan level 5. Yeah, it is quite a loud fan, but hey, it lets you manually control it, which is nice. We also have Warning Simulator. When encountering vehicle accidents, traffic road dangers, natural disasters, man-made accidents, and other emergencies, it opens to play a simulated warning role. The hell's this translation? Okay. Oh no, what is this? Background music, fire alarm 1. And then this police car that says Unihurts on it. I love that. Let's press on. Holy sh... Whoa. Wait, those light up? Those are LEDs? They make police lights, what the hell? This might actually be useful if I ever need to film a police scene for a video, like if I need to have the lighting on my face for police lights. This might actually be handy. I mean, that being said, these small rig film lights that I have also have the same function. If I turn this on, but then if I press this, this gives me all the different effects. That's firework, that's, ooh, romantic, ooh. B, flame candle, okay. And then C, yeah. C gives me police lights and fire trucks and ambulances and police, so this has that same function too, which is kind of cool. Look at that little thing trying to see my face. Why does this phone have that? I didn't even realize that these are colored LEDs. That's so cool. So if I turn this on again, that is really bright. So we go background music, fire alarm 1. Oh my god, we have so many. Okay, ambulance siren 1. That one sounds bad. Oh no, we got a missile alert. A missile alert. What the hell is a missile alert gonna sound like? And do we really need the lights for this one? Jesus. We got the burglar alarm. Burglar alarm 1. Okay. Cool. I mean, that might be handy if someone's in your house. It might scare them for a moment and then they'll just whack you with the baseball bat anyways. We got air raid sirens. Oh my Jesus. Okay, that one's really goddamn loud. This just sounds like some crap I would have heard from some toy I would have owned when I was younger. Air raid siren 3. That's just a police siren. We got a buzzer. Oh my god! Oh, that's the worst one yet. That's actually really loud. Nuke alert! Wow, alright, police siren 1. No, that's an air raid siren, what? We got a radar alert. We got submarine 1 and 2. Okay, yep. Pretty sure it's not what submarines sound like, but okay. These are so goddamn loud, and for what? That is one of the weirdest features I've ever seen in a smartphone. And last but not least, we've got the Zaza remote. Yeah, that's right. We got the Zaza remote. 90 million global users. You are going to control 13 billion IR appliances. Do I get a choice in this? Are they making me? Oh, but I don't want to. Next, experience the perfect remote code. The IR codes learned from this accessory can be used by the built-in IR in your mobile. Who's this guy? Connected to Amazon Echo powered by Alexa. Zaza U allows Echo to control infrared appliances. Over 10,000 plus happy USA customers. There's a lot to unpack in that one sentence alone. You're telling me the Wii U's finally got some competition? Watch TV like a king. Turn on off several appliances with one speech. Alexa, ask Zaza to power on the TV. What is this time clock? What is any of this? Share with a friend to receive 1 free for each mobile. You can get a free remote control accessory in app. Right, that was something to get through, but here's all the things we can control. We can control SLRs. That's actually might be pretty damn cool. We can control water heaters, amplifiers, DIY. I'm gonna take this thing around the house and see what devices I can control using the Zaza remote. Oh yeah, don't forget, you can even control your smart toilet. You can control your smart toilet with the Zaza remote. You see that up there? That's a fan. I'm gonna try controlling this fan with the Zaza remote. Wait a minute, I accidentally tapped smart toilet. How many smart toilet brands are there? No, not me with my VV smart toilet controlled by the Zaza remote. You can see that the brand here is Arlec. So if we scroll down, oh, Arlec isn't even in this list, and it doesn't matter anyway because this remote doesn't use IR, so it's not even gonna work anyways. Okay, but what about my DAC? My Topping MX5 DAC does use an infrared remote, so surely this can work. I believe we need to pick amplifier, and then if we go down, no topping. I can't even, my brand's not even in here. Okay, what about all? You can actually see the infrared light on the camera, look at that. It's got an IR blaster. I'm gonna keep trying this until something works, and who knows, maybe it might. Surely there's a method to doing this like you used to do with old school universal remotes where you'd actually point it to the other one and get it to train that way. Surely this has that function. Okay, so I tried doing a custom search and it seems like some users have made some for my amp. Let's have a look. Made by AU Beer, it's been installed 0 times. Let's download this remote data. Yeah, screw it, let's start watching an ad for the Zaza remote so we can download a bloody ad. Hey, I'll give it to this app. This is actually a really fitting ad for this app. For once, targeted advertising that actually works. Alright, here's my amp and here's my newly equipped Zaza remote control. If I press volume up, if I press the power button, this thing don't work. Oh my god, the volume's working! It works! It works! Oh, it's not working well. Whoa, that is, whoa, that's way too loud. At least something works, so I was able to actually show off this feature. Wow, look at that. Oh, I can change all these out too. Alrighty-o. Let's take a look at the projector on the Tank 4. There it is. And then shine into the lens. Oh yeah. This phone comes with a 720p 100 lumen projector built in, which allows you to do this. Whee! One interesting little quirk though is that it turns your screen into a 16:9 aspect ratio, and then you can't use your gestures down here, you have to start using it up here, which is not very intuitive. I'm gonna take this phone outside in the middle of the night to test its projection capabilities. But this isn't the only phone that I'm going to test with. I'm also going to be testing this. Oh yeah! This is the Samsung Galaxy Beam, and in comparison to the Tank 4, it is absolutely tiny. Oh my god. Do you remember when smartphones were this big? But the reason why I bring this phone out is because it also has a projector. Just like the Tank 4, but it doesn't need to be this thick to accommodate it, so hell yeah. Man, you can see just how much dimmer the screen is on the Galaxy Beam compared to the Tank 4. It's such a difference in screen quality, it's amazing. It's so tiny, oh my god. While this phone has a 100 lumen 720p projector, this Samsung Galaxy Beam has a 360p 15 lumen projector. So it's a much dimmer, much smaller projector and a much lower resolution too. But it's also in a much smaller phone with a smaller battery and no active cooling like the Tank 4 has. Because the fan inside of this phone well and truly is to cool down the projector, while on this guy, yeah, you have no fan, you have a really small battery. I could only imagine just how much battery this projector would chew up, because remember, this guy has 11,600 million powers. This guy has 2,000 million hours of battery. So while this is a hydrogen bomb versus coughing baby type test, this is the only other phone I have with a projector built in, so screw it. Let's see what 13 years of improvements look like in the realms of smartphone projector technology. Let's take a look at it. Alright, here we are in the dead of night. We're gonna turn on the projector and shine it onto the side of this shed. Oh wow, this is actually really cool. Here I am shining onto a tree. Now it's movie night watching Frog on the side of the shed. This is actually pretty sick. The resolution is a little bit blurry, but honestly, it looks pretty damn good, all things considered. You know, considering the fact this is me standing a few meters away, shining this onto the side of a shed. This is me stepped even further away. Wow, that can actually go huge. But it's very blurry though. If you have a massive white surface to shine a video onto, this is actually a pretty cool experience. I'm standing about 5 to 8 meters away from this wall right now, and it's looking pretty good. A little bit blurry and low resolution, but I say this is pretty handy. And it's absolutely huge. If I step further, of course, it becomes brighter and the resolution becomes clearer. And then the keystone, yep, automatically adjusts. This is sick. Next time I have people over, I'm very tempted to just put on a movie and watch it this way. This is actually sick. Now, comparing the Samsung Galaxy Beam's projector to the Tank 4's projector, the brightness on both of these projectors seem to be basically exactly the same. They are both as bright as each other. Although the Tank 4's projection is much bigger than the Galaxy Beam's. Look at all that content on the ground there, that is hilarious. To get a better, more stable comparison, I've got both phones currently sitting on my knees, and you can see here the difference. In terms of brightness and quality, these look exactly the same, it's just the size really, which does give this projector the edge. It will shine further and be bigger on whatever surface you put it on, but it's surprising though just how similar these two look, considering there's like 13 years between these two phones. See, it's great because you can take this phone and put it inside this other phone, and now you got two phones projecting on top of each other. Ooh! And that was a comparison of the Tank 4 and the Galaxy Beam projectors. Really goes to show just how far we've come in terms of technology. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And Samsung would never dare to make a phone like this nowadays. They just won't. It's not in their DNA anymore. Next up, it's time for the camera test. This phone has quite an interesting array of cameras. You have your normal camera, a telephoto lens, and also an infrared camera, which lets you do infrared photography, which looks absolutely cool, which also allows you to take photos and videos in complete darkness, which is absolutely sick. Some infrared mods done to DSLRs look absolutely amazing, but this one's black and white only, which is fine for what this is. It's a camping phone / utility phone. You don't need a color infrared camera or whatever on it. But I am super curious to see what these cameras look like. So I went out and took some sample photos with this device, and I'm going to show you what those photos look like now. Alright guys, I'm out here in the middle of nowhere, in the dead of night, to finally, once and for all, find the person who asked. Look at that. Absolutely ridiculous how much that is lagging. And that was the camera comparison for the 8849 Tank 4. What a name. The real question is, if you're using this phone's projector for a movie night, do you need Bluetooth speakers with this thing, or are the speakers on this phone any decent? They're actually on the back here. Let's crank that soldier boy and check out my latest video. What's just happened? It doesn't have a hole punch camera either, or any kind of notch, which I would say I kind of prefer something that looks like this compared to something with a hole punch camera, because it's less distracting and you have a little bit of bezel to hold on to. This phone has an under-display fingerprint scanner, so you can see it actually shines with a green light, which is strange compared to other phones. Most phones have it be white, but this... Well, the best way to describe the speakers on this phone are loud and very crappy. They get loud, which is nice, but man, is it ever distorted and just really bassy and muddy. Yeah, it doesn't handle voice very well. This is something you'll find on a lot of newer phones with cheaper speakers. They do get loud, but they don't handle voice very well without getting completely distorted. But of course, it wouldn't be a Frock for Duck video without some staircase.wav. Let's go. So yeah, the speakers aren't very good on this phone. It handles music better than it does voices. It just completely distorts with voices. They get loud, but they sound like crap. But if you're camping in the middle of nowhere, it'll be better than nothing. And while you're projecting your movie onto your tent listening through these speakers, it'll be a perfectly decent experience. Hey, because we have an active cooling fan, let's play some games with it on and see if we get some really good performance. Boom. Oh, boom. Let's turn it on. I do not like the sound of this fan. There is quite a bit of coil whine in it. It doesn't sound very good. But now it's on, let's go into game mode and let's play some Minecraft. Why would Minecraft ever need to send me notifications? Except for, hey, buy some stuff from the Bedrock Edition marketplace. Wow, look at that, vibrant visuals. On the Tank 4, what? Wow, let's turn up the graphics settings. Render distance, 12 chunks using vibrant visuals. God, I hate Bedrock Edition, this UI is trash. Wow, it's playing it just fine. Few little hiccups here and there, but other than that, oh, yeah. Okay, there's a lag spike. Yep, can confirm it plays Minecraft. I'm not sure how much the fan is really affecting this, but... Oh, I wanted to die there. Oh no, I'm drowning. I love how my hearts are cut off in the top corner because the screen is so damn rounded it actually hides some of your health, especially the hunger bar. Look at that. One whole hunger indicator thing is cut off the screen. It's ridiculous. Yeah, nowadays, especially after using a Galaxy S24 Ultra as my main phone, I think I prefer square screens again now. What happens if we block the fan while it's trying to do its thing? Damn, and there we have it. That is the 8849 Tank 4. What a name it is. Let me take this thing out of its case so we can get another look at what the phone actually looks like. Damn, don't that thing look really cool and very Chinese? I think it does. In terms of a phone to take with you while you're camping or hiking or doing several different adventures, it's pretty damn cool. The battery life alone is insanely impressive. The 11,600 milliamp hours is crazy. The camping lights are cool, the infrared camera is cool, the IR blaster, the headphone jack, USB-C, micro SD card, there is nothing left out of this phone. And it's super refreshing to see in a landscape of smartphones that insist on removing every little feature. Even companies like Samsung, they just keep getting rid of features every single year. But using this as an actual daily smartphone kinda sucks, mostly because it's just so damn bulky. If you do a lot of camping or outdoor activities, or your job requires you to do a lot of outdoor activities in remote places and all sorts of weird environments, then this phone's actually pretty damn handy. Let me tell you, when I took this phone into the city to take some sample photos, it was absolutely massive in my pocket, like comically big. Like, is that a Tank 4 in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? But honestly, most people weren't going to daily something like this anyway, because let's be real, nobody is going to carry around a phone this thick and bulky as their main device. Some people will, and some people would really like it, especially for the use cases I've laid out earlier. But honestly though, I really appreciate purpose-built devices like these. If you ask Apple or Samsung who they're building their phones for, they'll tell you, well, everyone. They're trying to appeal to absolutely anyone and everyone who needs a phone. Screw that. I actually really appreciate purpose-built devices, and it's something we kind of lost along the way in our modern age. There definitely seems to be a little bit of a revival of purpose-built smartphones, which is really damn cool. You mostly see in the dumb phone / minimal phone space. But even though I personally wouldn't daily drive something like this, I'm glad it exists because it is just so damn cool. Look at this thing. And for someone who does a lot of outdoor activities, or someone whose job requires them to do a lot of outdoor activities, they might really like this phone. My name is Frogfadoc. You can set it however you want. I really don't care. New videos whenever I like. Consider becoming a channel member like all these people on the screen have. You get some bonus videos, early access to my upcoming videos, custom Discord server roles, and your very own Minecraft server, all rolled into one. Starts at $1 a month. And that's about it. That's the end of the video. Thanks for watching.